Okay, we are now talking to Joe Brosnan, married Brosnan, but your last name was
Chris.
Chris. Okay, now Joe is gonna talk about her father, who was like a American war hero. We can call it for certainly that. Would you like to start, with a few hints like his family origin?
Okay. His mom and dad were from Poland. They had come over as young adults to America. His dad was a coal miner. His mother had actually been married to another man. Then he died, and then that's when she married Stanley Krzyzewicki. And then they had 3 children, and my dad
Was the elder?
Was one of those. Henry Stanley Krzyzewicki, born in 1921 in
1821?
1921 in Pennsylvania. His dad continued to work as a coal miner until he retired with black lung.
Oh.
And his mother was a housekeeper and did laundry for other people.
Okay.
And so they lived in Pennsylvania through the
Depression, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your dad was what, like 15, and then like 10, about this?
I would guess so, yeah.
So when did he finally move out of his home?
So when he was, after he graduated from high school, he did not have many, well, I'll say this. When my dad was 8, it was traditional that the young boys would go down into the coal mines with their dads and start working in the coal mines.
Okay.
My dad went down in the coal mines and he did not like it. And his father said, you don't have to come down into the coal mines, but you do have to get work. So as a boy, he always worked on farms or polished shoes or sold newspapers or something.
Until
out of high school, and he was taking a mail order class to learn how to be a machinist.
All right.
Which I'm confused about how you can learn to run machinery on a mail order course.
But he did that, huh?
But he did. And then he joined the Army Air Corps. I don't know what year that was. And
the Air Force? Was it the Air Force?
The Air Force. It was called the Army Air Corps then.
Right.
And he trained to be a Bombardier navigator on B-17s.
Wow.
And he did that.
When did he start flying then? As soon as the war began?
I don't know.
All
Sorry.
Right. No problem.
I don't know. I have papers at home that he wrote when he got out of the service after the war on the GI Bill. He went to college and he wanted to be.
One question before that.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have a? Did he go to Europe while on the bomber on the B-17?
Yes.
Where exactly did he go?
I think he was stationed in Italy because I do know, and I'm sorry I did not listen to his war stories. I know that he had been to Venice and he went to St. Mark's Square. And he thought it was the
on the Leave, okay.
On the Leave, and he thought it was the most beautiful place he had ever been, and he knew he was going to name his first son Marco.
Okay, well, last question. Did he ever like get in, in dire straits with the bombing?
Yes.
What happened? Give me one anecdote.
I can't. I don't know.
Okay.
Except I do have papers at home. I will send you copies.
Okay. Did they ever shoot him in the B-17?
Yes, there were often stories where the group he was with, where the other planes were crashing.
Yes. Okay.
And he did one long one where he was there. A lot of the people on the plane were getting lost their toes and fingers to the coal.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And there was one mission where they didn't think they were going to. They knew they didn't have enough fuel to get back.
Oh my God!
They just luckily did.
Okay.
I will send you those papers. You'll
All
find
right.
it interesting.
Okay, now so he finishes that. He gets a GI Bill, like for to go to school, and so he makes a little fortune, from what I understand.
So, so I went to school to be a teacher, and that's actually where he met my mom at college.
What was he teaching then?
He wanted to teach business.
Okay.
He got his degree in business.
All right.
Then he decided
open a company.
Because the GI Bill kept going.
Yeah.
So then he went to Syracuse University and got his master's degree in business. And then so then after college he went to be a teacher, realized he couldn't earn enough money, and then that's when he started to go into industry.
How's that exactly? How did he approach that?
So they were living in Pensacola, Florida, 3 small babies at the time, and he worked for a company.
Was he still in the Air Force?
No.
Okay.
This was after
All right.
after everything.
Okay.
So good, probably 5 years after
right.
the war was over, and he joined a company called Armstrong Cork, working with cork.
Yeah.
And then that was the beginning of the whole transistor thing. So we moved to Hughes Aircraft in Dallas.
Oh.
And that's where he started learning about transistors.
Microconductor and all that? Yes.
And then we went, and then that was the beginning of the whole transferring around the country.
His own business? Was that?
No, he was always working for somebody else. He worked for Hughes, he worked for Westinghouse, he worked for...
McDonnell Douglas also?
all of them.
Okay.
We worked everywhere.
As what exactly? What was his...